Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. It's day 19 of Vlogmas, day 19 of Vlogmas. It's day 19 of Vlogmas. I hope you're all well. I hope you are all either preparing for Yule on the 21st, winter solstice, or Christmas if you don't do Yule, or both if you're like me and I do both. It's a long slog, but I'm enjoying it. I've been loving getting ready. And I realised again that I haven't shown you any more of my animals. So on that note, today we had popped to town and I found some sprout sticks. So I took some down to a few of our different animals and I thought you'd like to meet them. So here are some of my animals. I thought I would introduce you to Thistle. Thistle's just having a treat today. She's having Brussels sprouts. Whether she will eat it, I don't know. But she's a very pernickety girl. She's a rescue and we've had her about 8 years and she was either 2 or 3 when we got her, so she's getting up there. She's been downgraded into this more basic Viv just because she had a time a couple of years ago and she was having a bit of an issue getting around the bigger one, so we got her into this more basic one. She still comes out every day. And come on Thistle, come and say hello. So yeah, this is Thistle. When we got her, she'd only ever been fed live food, so crickets, locusts, things like that. She'd never had any fruit or veg, which should be at least 80% of their diet really. They do not need a lot of live food, and it's a mistake a lot of people make with bearded dragons. So yeah, she was a... Which one were you, Thistle? Were you... Sorry, I've had a few rescue bearded dragons come in. She was one that was being rehomed because the son had gone into the army and the mother had been left with her. Didn't really know what to do with her. She was in a very small basic Viv, more basic than this one. And she had a few little issues, but she's a lot better now. But she's getting up there in age now. I've heard of them living 16, 17 years, but the average, she's getting on, bless her, aren't you, Thistle? So let's see, she's very fussy with food. One day she'll have her greens and another day she won't, so let's just see what she's going to do. Hi Thistle. By the way, we never like this here, it's just been moved from the living room for Yule and Christmas. Let's move that out of the way. Hi Thistle, are you going to come say hello, honey? Hi. Good girl. So this is Thistle. You would prefer me to give you live food, wouldn't you, darling? But it's not today. That's not on the schedule today, my love. So this is our old girl Thistle. And she's very sweet. You can see she's got like a little thing there. And that's scarring from banging into the Viv doors before we had her because it was such a small Viv. And she was cohabiting, which you should never do with these either. Because one always ends up being more dominant and getting the food and the other one doesn't, and people say, oh look, they're cuddling or they're catching up together, but the reality is one's being dominant over the other. Ain't it, Thistle? But you've had a good life with us, haven't you, kid? Yeah, you're a good girl. Sometimes if you blink at her, she'll blink back, or if you wink at her, blink or wink, she'll do the same, and she'll follow your finger sometimes. You a good girl? Boop. You're a good girl, aren't you? This is Cherry at the front. She is a teddy guinea pig and she's about 11. And just behind her is Hetty and she's a sat improving guinea pig and she's 9. I used to have a lot of guinea pigs. I ran a rescue for 12 years which started with guinea pigs because I've had them for 30 years now. And way back when it was a custom thing to keep rabbits and guinea pigs together, which is a big no. So then we ended up taking rabbits, and then it used to be, oh, you take small animals, and it kind of how we ended up having lots of different small animals. But yeah, I actually ran an official rescue for 12 years. And these girls came in when I was doing rescue still. So Cherry, the one at the front with the brown and white, she came in as part of a big, it was quite a problem back then, it still is really now, backyard breeders. She came in with about 40 odd others. And her best friend, Crumpet, who we sadly lost last year, was one that wasn't able to be rehomed because of medical issues. And Cherry just stayed because they were best friends. And as I say, we lost Crumpet last year, but she's okay because we have Hetty. And Hetty was one that came in from another big breeder, backyard breeder situation. And she came in very young. She was very scatty. I've never met such a scatty guinea pig. It was like holding jelly. I've probably dealt with and been in contact with thousands of guinea pigs, and she was the worst I ever had. As you can still see, she's still a bit nervous. I don't know why. She's used to me. She's been here 9 years, but she's obviously never been abused or anything, but since she's been here, but she's very, very nervy. Doesn't enjoy being handled at all. We keep it minimal, you know, if she needs something done, it's done, but we don't push her to be around people unless she wants to be. So you're quite honoured to see her come up with me still talking. She'll come up if I'm not talking. You start talking and she gets more and more nervous. So yeah, Hetty, don't know why, as I said, she's, you know, guinea pigs are very rare. All the years around guinea pigs, they don't really bite. I've been bitten twice, I think. But she just does not like being touched, handled. And she's getting on now, she's 9 now. She does have a little lump, you might be able to see it through her coat because satins have very thin coat anyway, on her side. And she has seen the vet about it. Well, actually we did video call because she's so nervy. And because of her age, the vet just does not want to do anything unnecessary, especially because of her nature. So we're just keeping an eye on it. She is very old. They have an average lifespan of 6 to 7 years and she is 9. So we've decided not to do surgery and just keep an eye on her. And we have also decided, well, I've mainly decided because it's my decision, that once we no longer have these girls, we're not going to have guinea pigs anymore. Which will be strange because I've had them for so many years. But it's just a case of not so much cutting back, but deciding not to have extras. There's a bird outside. So yeah, this is Cherry, who's still here. She loves people. And Hetty has just gone round the back, bless her, because she's not so confident. But at least you've got to meet her. Now we're going to take Sprouts to someone else. This beauty is Buckbeak. He is our golden pheasant. He's our last golden pheasant left, bless him. So he's on his Todd at the minute. We would like to find him some girls, but they're very hard to come by. You see lots of males, not so many females. Here are my chickadees. I'm going to say hi, guys. Hello. This is Sunny. Say hi, Sunny. There is Ginny. That one there is Agnes. Clementine's at the back. There's Hagrid. Cindy and Bindi. Then we've got Ellie, who's the white one. The black one at the back is Jessie. And then we have Jubilee at the back, who came to us on the Jubilee. And the stripy one is Queenie. And then we have this one who's Peggy because she has a leg problem. It's called Peg Leg. So I've bought them. Oh my god, all right, I know Sunny. Sunny and Ginny are probably the most talkative of them. So I've bought them some Sprouts and I'm going to hang it as a little enrichment thing. It's alright, girls. They're not happy to be in, are you? And Hagrid. Hagrid's an honorary girl, I'm afraid. Sorry, Hagrid. It's just the way it is, mate. Right, let me see. There is a place in here where I can hang stuff. I can't see it. So here's the girls' Sprouts. And there is a law in the UK where you can't feed chickens anything that's been in your kitchen, but these haven't. I got them from the shop the other day, well today, and they came straight here. So I'd love to say I grew them myself, but I didn't. Straight in with the two, I thought I would go straight in there. Can I get the eggs for today, please, girls? Is that okay? I know. Come on, let's go. Let me have my eggs. Good girl. I've collected the rest of them as well. So, excuse me, children's. Who's on the sprouts? Ginny. And Peggy. Oh, and Sunny. Ginny and Sunny. Terrible twosome. The light's not very good, is it, girls? They're good. They're yummy. Keep you entertained for a little while, won't it? Yeah. They're good. There we are. Good girls. Good girls. Ginny and Sunny. It's always you two, isn't it? Ginny and Sunny. I know you'd like to go out, Peggy, but you can't. Same with you, Agnes. Opinionated Clementine. Are you going to have a go? Clementine's always opinionated about everything, aren't you, Clem? There's a lot of seagulls around, isn't there? Better in here for you anyway than out there. It's horrible weather out there. You could tell the last time they had some because everyone else is hiding over in this corner going, oh my god, there's sprouts, because they've just been having like suet sticks and other like homemade treats. This is their first veg treat since they came in. Hello, sweetheart. You're a good girl. Yeah. Go, Hagrid. Are you going to have a go, Hagrid? Go on, Rubius. No. He's like, no, not interested. Hi, Jessie. Ginny definitely likes it anyway. I know you prefer to be outside, but trust me, if you went outside, you'd be straight back in. I know. I know. You gonna have a go, Clem? Oh, I'm not sure. As soon as you realise, you'll be straight in there. Yes, you will. Good girl, Ginny. You're always up for a treat, aren't you, Gin? So the chickens in here range from about 9 or 10, no 10, no 9 and about 5. So they're all older chickens, but they still lay every day, most of them. Oh, apart from Agnes and Clementine, they're about 2. And Hagrid, yeah, Hagrid's about 2 as well. But these 2 are homebred because I used to breed chickens. This one is Bindi and behind is Cindy. Their mum was Mindy. Do you see the pattern? And Mindy was my favourite chicken in the whole wide world. She was more like a dog chicken than a chicken. So when she had these 2 girls, I decided to keep them because Mindy was getting on a bit. And Mindy lived till about 11 or 12. She was an ex-battery chicken. And these 2 kind of took their mama's place in the flock when she passed away, sadly. They're friendly, but they're not got the same personality as their mum. But they look a lot like her. And some of their mannerisms are like her. And then all of the brown ones here are rescues of, well, they were ex-commercial chickens which had problems. So we've got Peggy, who has got part of her foot missing. We had Bumble, who we sadly lost about 6 months ago, who had a severe bumblefoot infection. It's a good infection in the foot, which left her with a real massive hole in her foot which went to the bone. And she stayed forever, but we sadly lost her. And we have one that's got a permanently swollen eye. She came with a really bad sinus infection. Well, it's a mycoplasma infection, and it damaged her eye, so her eye always looks a bit funny, which is always a bit worrying when it's bird flu season, because you think people might think she's got bird flu. She doesn't, she just has an eye injury. And then we have one which was really badly bullied by others, but she's got most of her feathers back now. Some just never came back permanently. Yeah, they're all a bit of a mishmash. Hagrid was due to end up in a pot, and the lady who bred him said he was just too friendly for that, so he came here with Agnes and Clementine. And yeah, that's most of the chickens. Jubilee and Ginny and Sunny don't have any issues though, so. Oh, and Jessie as well. Jessie was a rehome for an elderly lady who had 2 and 1 died. And she didn't know what to do with Jessie, so Jessie came to us. So yeah, that's the chucks. They're all... Look, you're not helping very much. You're supposed to be going straight to the sprouts. Yes, Mummy's got to go get on now though. They're all not looking the best because it's molting season. So, yeah, Clem. Hi, Clem. What you doing, Clem? You've always got something to say. She's very moody if her food's late, don't you, Clem? Yes, you do. Right then, kids, you can't go out. We've had this conversation every day. Every day. Say bye-bye. Sorry about the light levels, guys. That was a few of our animals. Today we'd gone to town and then we got back, cleaned out the guinea pigs and sorted out there. That's why the guinea pigs didn't have any hay in the video, because we had to go up the field do the sheeps, bring some hay down for the pigs. And then I kind of got on with some Yule stuff. I made this cleansing stick. I didn't film this because I didn't think it needed filming. It's quite a basic thing. It's cinnamon, pine, orange, and it's been anointed with frankincense and myrrh. So that's that, and it will be dried out and used. And I also decorated the Yule log, and I really love doing it. It's something that I ground for first, and then it's a ritual thing for me. So I filmed that while I was doing the actual making process, and here is that for you to see. I really love doing the Yule log every year. I'm very, very lucky to have somebody who preps it. Mr. Jenny, my other half, is amazing. He does all that for me, and then I do the rest. And I'll just run through a few correspondences. This isn't an in-depth video at all because I think this will just run way too long and it's over the scope of this video. Maybe another year I can do more in-depth ones, but just to give you a brief oversight of what I've done. This year we used ash from one of our ash trees. It was a fallen bough. The ash tree is good for healing, divination and knowledge. Then you saw me use some pine cones and some pine, and they're good for healing, protection, prosperity, purification, things like your immune system and health. And then holly, which anything that's got spiky bits is good for protection. It is something that is good for working with the fae. I don't personally work with the fae. I think something like working with the fae is for somebody who's really dedicated to working with them. It needs a lot of research. I love reading, I love research. I have a basic knowledge of working with the fae, but it's not something that I recommend messing with unless you really do know what you're doing. I've been practicing on and off for a very long time and I still wouldn't feel comfortable working with the fae. I honour them. This is getting in depth now, this is for another video I guess, but I don't specifically work with them. But holly is good for working with the fae if you do that sort of thing. And it is also a representation of the Holly King. Then you have conifer, fir, evergreen. They kind of intermingle most of the correspondences. They are representation of the circle of life. They, again, are good for protection, healing work. Very good for shadow work if that's something you do. I do a lot of shadow work when I have time. Then you've got oranges, which obviously represent the sun. They are really an expression of joy and happiness. Then you have cinnamon. Cinnamon is something that I work with a lot this time of year. You see a lot of people just using ground cinnamon for things like simple rituals, like blowing through your door on the 1st of the month, or using it in the rather than in the holes, you know, sticks. It's ground, but the sticks are very good for purification. They're good for spiritual connection. Again, healing. If you notice, there's a theme of protection and healing going through what I've used because, well, one, it's that time of year, and two, it's something that I work with a lot because of my own health, and also my childling has health issues, so that is why we do a lot of that in this house. It's also good for abundance, cinnamon. It's also good for helping ward off negativity, to keep negativity out of your space. Then I anointed it. You probably didn't see this. I'm not sure if you're going to see this on the video or not, but I anointed with frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense is very good for purification and cleansing. Myrrh has so many different uses, but it's a very potent resin. Frankincense and myrrh are both resins, not oils. You know, they're a resin which is made into oils. That probably doesn't make sense, but it's a resin. And myrrh has quite a few correspondences, but it is very potent, so it's usually used alongside something else. And traditionally, you'll obviously hear frankincense and myrrh. So again, in this case, because there's so many things that myrrh can be used from, I'm still using it. The same as frankincense for purification and cleansing. Then of course we have the candles, which is well known to be something that is for welcoming in the sun. We're looking forward to the days getting lighter because obviously winter solstice, Yule, the Sabbath, is the shortest day of the year on the 21st. Although it can change days to the 22nd, 23rd, but it's the 21st this year. And this year I used a white candle, which represents the spirit and hope for new light. I used gold, which represents the sun. And I used red to represent the waning Holly King, who will then give way to the Oak King. There is a lot more in-depth behind this, there's a lot of representation, masculines, feminines, sorry. You've got the planetary side of things. There is so much, and I think it just goes beyond the scope of this video, so I hope you don't mind that brief explanation as to what I used and why, which then transfers over to my cleansing bundle for smoke cleansing. I didn't get around to doing this, it just ended up being a long day. I always have high hopes of things I want to get done and then they don't get done. But I've got that to do, a witch's ball to do, and I don't think I'm going to do the garland for the mantle this year. I did mention it a few videos ago. I think I'm going to give it a miss because I'm quite happy with how it's looking now, and I've got so much to do. And after I've recorded, I'm going to go and do the marzipan on the Christmas cake, which you will probably see tomorrow because I haven't got time to edit and do everything today and I don't want to get behind. So I'm doing that this evening. We also got back to non-witchcrafty stuff, is we watched the Polar Express. So we've watched Elf and the Polar Express now. I love the Polar Express, it's great. We loved watching that. And I'm kind of catching up with YouTube videos. I'm not quite there yet. And thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the new commenters. Anyone who's commented, subscribed. Anyone who's contacted me through Instagram as well. It's so nice. I really, really do love every comment. I read every comment. I reply as often as I can. I'm just a little tad behind because of the time of year and we're getting nearer to Yule and Christmas. But I'm a little bit behind on videos. I'm trying to catch up. Just before, while I was setting up to record, I caught up on a bit of Lady Law and a couple of other channels that I know follow me. So thank you guys for following me. Thank you for your comments. I really appreciate every single one. I'm just super behind at the minute. And I've got a few Rockin' Lighter ones to catch up with. And a few other channels which I'm just behind on. So I am there, I'm not forgetting about you, and I appreciate every single one of you. I'm just a little bit behind, I'm afraid, at the moment. I've also got this sparkling cinnamon Yankee candle. I don't usually use the Yankee candles anymore, I don't know why. And my friend got it for me, and it smells gorgeous. So if you've never tried that one, I recommend it. Right, back to today. So I'm going to do Advent. Let's see. Very empty Advent. Is it 19? I just had to double check. Is it 19? Yes, it is. And I think it's another melt. I haven't melted the one from yesterday yet because, again, just been real busy today. But and I don't think I will put a time lapse into this one just because you've got a couple of time lapses now today. I don't think you need 3 in one video. So we've got Tinselberry. I've had this one before and it's really nice. So I will probably record this one and yesterday's one. I will put them in a melter tomorrow because I had a little issue with my very old skull one. You might have seen it kind of in the background when I've been filming downstairs. I accidentally cracked the top of it and I've had it for years and it's no longer made. And I was gutted, but we've managed to fix it. So I'm going to do a test run with that one tomorrow and I will record in that one. Her original name's Bonehead, but I call her Boney. Bonnie, get it? Right, so that's today, and I'm sorry about the waffling. I do a lot of waffling, as you know. I hope you have a wonderful 20th tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. And and Witch Casket arrived today, so there will be videos, as I said, over Yule. But the big vlog for Yule will be separate because I just want to be able to enjoy it. I hope you guys understand. And with that said, I'm going to send brightest blessings to you all. Goodbye.